1 billion rising London, 1 billion rising for justice. We've finally got here, the rain's coming down, no one minds. The dancers are here, the performers are here, the speakers are here, the politicians are here. London will be here in about 10 minutes. We've been working on this for 4 weeks. It is so incredible that now it's all coming together. I know I'm going to be in floods of tears later on. So I just want to say hi to everybody. It's incredible. And Eve Ensler, we love you.
I'm Jude Kelly. I'm the Artistic Director of the South Bank Centre in London. I'm rising because I want women all over the world and girls all over the world to feel that we're joined together, that we can make a difference and that we belong to each other.
My name is Whitney Isles and today I am rising for love.
I'm Sue Lloyd-Roberts. I work on human rights issues for the BBC, and I'm here rising for women because I think it's an outrage that violence against women isn't a more important item on the news agendas. And as a journalist, I'm committed to try and getting it on the front pages and as the lead stories in bulletins whenever possible.
I'm rising today for elimination of all form of violence against women in the world, particularly for women who are detained, women asylum seekers. They need justice to set free.
I'm Sophie Barton-Hawkins and I'm rising for all the women in prison that can't speak up for themselves. I'm here rising for them.
My name is Stella Creasy and I'm a Member of Parliament here in the UK. I'm rising because of 3 reasons. I'm angry. I'm angry that we're not making as much progress in tackling issues like violence against women in our society. I'm angry that women aren't still equals in our society in Britain. And I'm rising so that we can make the point that we should be equals in Britain, and that's one of the ways that we're going to end violence against women.
My name is Layla Hussein and I'm anti-female genital mutilation campaigner for the past 11 years, and today I'm rising for my grandmother, mother, sister and all survivors of female genital mutilation, especially those that have passed.
My name is Bianca Jagger and I'm founder and chair of the Bianca Jagger Human Rights Foundation, and I'm here rising because I'm calling for justice for women throughout the world, because I'm calling for an end to violence against women and girls and the culture of impunity, and because I feel the world leaders must include the missing MDG target and say that they will put an end to ending violence against women and girls.
Just because you don't feel good, doesn't make it right.
My name is Skin. I'm from a rock band called Skunk and Anansi. I am rising because I am sick and tired. I've absolutely completely had enough of reading about all the statistics of women being abused, of the levels of domestic violence in this country, and having nowhere near the amount of equal justice we would have for even people who are getting knocked over on their bike once or twice a month.
I'm Yvette Cooper, I'm the Labour Shadow Home Secretary. I'm rising because we know that 2 women a week are killed in Britain by a partner or an ex. And if there was that level of violence in football matches, there'd be a national outcry. We need a national outcry against violence against women and girls. That's why we're rising today.
I'm Lucy Benson and I'm rising for women in other countries who are facing a more difficult time than I am.
I'm Claire Williamson from Victim Support, Senior Service Delivery Manager in Westminster in the City of London. Just here to basically spread the word to all those victims who don't report crime. We know that it's massively underreported and we're here to help you.
2 of my daughters have been victims of domestic violence, and I don't want these 2 or any of my other grandchildren to have to follow the same thing. The reason that we're rising is because I'm 23 years old, and in the last 5 years I've lost 5 friends who have been raped and killed in South Africa. Over and above that, I know over 25 women who've been raped in South Africa, and I believe that there's a war on women's bodies that nobody's been speaking about.
We are just a little, like a representation of the Latin American Women's Rights Service. We are a charity working for and with Latin American women in the UK.
I think too many women feel vulnerable and threatened, and we all say, oh, you know, it's just something that happens. It shouldn't be. We shouldn't feel threatened in our own city or regardless of our country.
The reason why this is so important, this February the 14th, Valentine's Day, 1 billion rising for justice worldwide, is that I don't know of any other global event like this where we're all linked up, we're all watching each other live. We've literally started this morning in New Zealand, I guess, and then we've gone all around the world and it'll probably end up later on in California. It is so important for women and the men that love them to come up and say, globally, not just in our community, which is important, not just in our country, which is important, but in our world, It is time for change. Break the chains, break them now.